Hi all, welcome back to a bit more Carrier Battle Philippine Sea Scenario 6. This is my part 37, I think it is. Um, yeah, still not giving up here. We're still going to pod on. I'm putting a bit more time into DD at Tarawa. I'm getting that starting to move along now. So, but I do want to finish this off, and it's quite nice to have a wee change up actually. Well, I've been watching some of the footage back. Started doubting my whole set up of the Guam raid again. Thought I was missing a die roll and how I was doing it recently. I wasn't doing the die roll, but I don't know. I did have a comment from. I'm not sure if there's a name linked to. Sometimes you get comments and it's just all letters and numbers and things. Maybe there's some reference to a name there, but a couple of comments regarding how you can change up the Guam raid at the beginning. And I've talked about that a couple of times, and for sure I would use that variant advanced rule if I was to play the game again. I think that's all he was mentioning there. So no comment that I've been getting things wrong, but I started thinking the last time I'd done it, I maybe didn't roll on this, but I'm not sure I see the point. We don't use you don't apply the air raid strength reduction chart. So I think my number's 7, and that's why if you played with that variant, it could go up to away here, and then you would get some options to like launch raid still. But at 7, we've got 7 lost points. So it's either 7 minus 7, that's 0, or you're rolling this chart on the 7, and the best I can get is a 7, but then you've still then got to deduct the points. And it definitely does say that there. It says use the column for the Guam's current net air value, and then in brackets it's got its original value minus any points lost or unavailable. So if its original value is 7, its lost points are 7, that's 0. And there's not a chart to actually roll on to see if I get another number that's 0. And it does just say if Guam's air value is less than 3, it does not launch a raid. So I don't think I'm getting that wrong. But I started thinking I might have been, and maybe should have rolled the dice. But I don't really see the point. If either way I work that out, it's still coming to less than 0 or 0. And that's not any good. Now, the other thing I was watching back and thought about was crippled ships. And we only, quite recently realised that crippled ships were the one thing that any hit marker affected. And you had to have, what was it, 1 less than or 2 less than the full amount hit markers. It didn't matter what hit marker it was. Was that the case? Was it here? Japanese carrier becomes crippled if all its hits, permanent or otherwise, total 1 or 2 less than the hit capacity for a CV, or 1 less than the hit capacity for a CVL. All hits are counted for this purpose, not just permanent hits. Well, I had forgot all about that, and didn't think it mattered because crippled ships is all about the ships moving, I think, which I'll come to in a minute. However, this is Butai 4, and we started moving part of a task group, part of a task force towards Butai 4, and then it moved away. Well, these two carriers here, I want to say, that's a CVL. It's got 2, 4, 5, 8, and we didn't notice how many it's got 7 hit capacity, and it's got 8 hits on it. So is this a big deal? This is going to get destroyed. However, it's not going to get destroyed at the end of this turn because a lot of the points are current hit turns, or hit current turns, sorry. And they're just going to go to previous, so it's going to last another turn. So I do need to know that. And then this one as well has got 8 hit capacity, and this is a CV. So it's it's 1 or 2 less than the hit capacity for a CV, and 1 less for a hit capacity of that. And this has got 2, 4, 6, 7, 11 out of its, what was it? 8. So that's going to sink as well. But again, not this 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that's 1 short, isn't it? Yeah, because the previous hit markers aren't going to, that's why I had to hit it once more, I think. So so both of them are going to sink, but not at the end of this turn, which is just about coming up, actually. We're on phase 4 just now, but at the end of the next turn. However, they are both got enough hits to, well, the way it words it, but I think the intention must be there. The way it words it, that is, if all hits total 1 or 2 less than the hit capacity, well, they don't total 1 or 2 less, they total more than the hit capacity. But I would like to think that would still cripple them and not make them not crippled. Surely, if I've got more hits, then surely they're still going to be crippled. So I'm going to just take common sense out of that one, which I never like doing, which because sometimes I don't make a good job of common sense. So I'd prefer it to be written differently to make it easier for the likes of myself that doesn't like to use common sense, likes to just read the rule. Anyway, so we're assuming they're both crippled, and that's the thing is that here we go. This is crippled ships. It's either side. It's talking about either side. This applies to both sides. Crippled ship can remain with its force or task group only as long as that force or task group remains in the same hex. If the force or task group moves, the crippled ship is placed on the map. This applies to both sides. So, and then we get down to this kind of stuff what starts making me cringe a little. A crippled ship can move only in turns ending in 30. In other words, every third turn, the ship is actually being towed. The towing ship is not represented in the game. Well, hang on. Crippled Japanese ships use retirement movement. Ah, okay. Crippled Japanese ship moves at the same time as its original force. Okay, hold on here then. Now, I do remember this being questioned, and I think I brought that up recently, that somebody had queried the fact that this is actually Rule 19, which is an advanced rule. And we're going to have a peek at that just now. But the designer came back saying, yeah, that shouldn't be the case. This should be considered a rule in play at all times, not just an advanced rule. Okay, so just before looking at the rule there, I wondered if this must be on here as, look, well, it says a retiring force, retirement movement. No, that doesn't help me at all. There's nothing here regarding a crippled ship, is there? No, let's look at the rule. And just before I look at the rule, what I mean is that because we moved away from our task force to here, when Butai 4 activated again, tried to launch a raid, probably failed, it then, movement-wise, it was then 8 hexes away from its nearest task group, so it moved further away. So, I want to say it was in that hex there. So, the 2 ships that are crippled, I believe, should be left behind in that hex. Unless, however, this retirement move thing allows something that enables it to move with it. But I don't think so. I think that's the whole point of that, isn't it? Yeah, I'm quite close there because I've not got my lamp set up, but I had that across at the other table, and as soon as you move it, you can never get it back in the same position because I was using it. Yeah, I was using it from another game for D-Day at Tarawa. The retirement rule covers several situations where Japanese forces abandon the normal scheme of advancing towards the enemy and instead withdraw towards the west side of the map. Okay. So a Japanese force will switch to retirement movement in any of the following situations. A level 4 carrier force in which all the carriers have been sunk or crippled. Well, the whole force isn't. It's still got a CV that's untouched, and it's got a cruiser force that's untouched. So that's not really applying, in which all the carriers have been sunk, right? Surface force that has brought a surface... Well, it's not a surface force. A crippled ship. Right. And scenario 8, no. Okay. Read on. Let's read on. Let's not get in the habit and stopping, Grant. I made another mistake just recently playing D-Day at Tarawa. I just stopped. Oh, there was another paragraph, only a couple of sentences long, that answered exactly what I then went on to, like, wonder about. You think I'd learn. Anyway, 19.2. A force using retirement movement moves using the mission movement compasses, but moves in the opposite of the diral direction. There are 2 exceptions. If currently located less than 9 hexes away from the closest US task group, it must move away from the US task group. Subject to this, it will move as nearly as possible in the required retirement direction. If you're using the Japanese refueling rule, no. A retiring carrier force does not launch air raids. It can still have cap. But neither can... none of that's really helping, is it? The only sort of bit there is... It says a Japanese force will switch to retirement movement in any of the following situations. A crippled ship. 12.4. And at 12.4, that must be the bit that I've just came from. Yeah, it is. It is. So it must... It uses the mission movement compasses, but moves in the opposite of the diral direction. There are 2 exceptions. If it was 9 hexes away, it moved... It was less than 9 hexes away, it moves away. Well, that's what the force has done. So, are we saying that because these are Japanese crippled ship, nothing happens then? Coming back to here. I mean, what? This bit here about they can only move in turns ending blah blah blah. The ship is actually being towed. But then whether maybe that's just for US, because then it says crippled Japanese ships. And then it kind of just leaves it. I'm not sure. But I mean, it does start off with that one there. A crippled ship can remain with its force or task group only as long as the force or task group remains in the same hex. If the force or task group moves, the crippled ship is placed on the map. This applies to both sides. So that rule there, and it specifically says it applies to both sides. So then again, this is talking about Japanese ships using retirement movement. They move at the same time as the original force. And it already said when I look at retirement movement, it says if it's less than 9 hexes, it'll move away. So that kind of keeps it together with the force, doesn't it? Right, I'm not so sure how to deal with that. What I think I'll just do for now is I'll do nothing and I'll leave it the force together. Maybe somebody might, with some more knowledge on this, might want to comment at this part. I probably should go and look on BGG as well, because it feels like there might be some information there. So hopefully I'll do that. But I just wanted to squeeze a little part in just now. Well, I'm not going to get a part in, but if I get started, I might actually be able to come back and finish a part. So, yeah, we'll leave that sitting there. What is all this big stack? 58.1, 58.2. Oh, it's all these search origins. Right. Is that necessary, Grant? I think it's because, yeah, some of these launch from this and the rest of them have launched from that in the search planes, which makes it a little more awkward. In fact, well, actually, is there any other planes launched? No, I don't think there's any launch from that. It looks like they've all launched from there. That one's launched from there. That one's coming back. Well, actually, no, that one's come back to Task Force 58, isn't it? That one's launched from there. That one's launched from there. That one's launched from there. That one looks like it's coming back to Task Force 58. That's a double R, isn't it? And my guess is that one's going to come back to Task Force 58. So I suppose Task Force 58 should have their origin ones as well, shouldn't it? Yeah, I probably should have done that, but yeah. Okay, what segment are we at? US Air Operations. So yeah, so are we launching anything? Well, yeah, I'm a bit behind on what's been happening. I've only got F6Fs up there. I've got a load of them, but no raids. And I've not got anything to support them, so there's no strikes I can go and launch. It looks like we must have launched search planes. Yeah, because this is the fourth phase. And that's me using my search. So that's where I've launched my search planes from, yeah. Although, I don't think I'm landing anything, or am I? No, I'm not landing anything either, so... Right, well, we're not launching them, so... No, we're not. There's not any air raids coming in, so there's no point launching anything, Grant. So will it be? Raise servicing to ready. Do we have any of that then? This guy can't move. No, we do have none of that. So hangar 2 from servicing. Well, yeah, I suppose we should start getting some of these attack planes up then. So that can go up to there. I'm not going to move the fighters. That can go up to servicing. That can go up to servicing. And these are all just fighters. I'm just going to leave them in the hangar until we get some threats. You know, you only need a limited amount of fighters for the strike forces. Although, seeing some of the recent results, that CAP mission launched 4 points the last time, and we only had 2 fighters, which meant only one of the points had to go after our 2 fighters. So I would say that 3 is a good number. 3 F6Fs going along in a strike mission is probably a better number than 2. Just to force 1 extra Japanese unit to engage you. Right, so lower flight deck to hangar. I think we do... This guy, did he just land this turn then? Well, he clearly did, Grant. Did he land in the... Was he? Well, he's one of the search planes. Yeah, I'm going to move him up in the hangar. He's only one. Yeah, and land, well, we're not going to land anything else. We must have landed... No, we took off from there. That must have been the only guy we actually... We landed him in the... Because it happens in the segment before, doesn't it? Yeah, so it's kind of like... It's regarding the search planes, isn't it? They land at in a different segment, basically. That's the only time you sort of get that. Right, air combat. There's none of that. Moving along, there's no Japanese air attack segment. US air attack segment. Well, I'll need to check that because I'm not sure. So we've got... Yeah, it's catching up on everybody and where everybody is. This is an intercept mission 1, right? Yeah, I need to look at my missions. That's got 8. It's just been lingering about in case something maybe appeared, but doesn't look like it. Air mission 2 is here. He's on his way back. He's only got 2 fuel left, yeah. But he's going to be fine. He's coming back. And then 3 has only got 2 fuel as well. Ooh, right, so he's coming back, and that was the whole point of us moving this a little bit higher to try and get... Yeah, I think both of these are coming back. So 3's coming back, he's got 2 fuel. There's not a 4. 5 is on 5 fuel. We do have a target. There he is. So he's moved on. So we're going to have a combat against Butai 1. Let's just look through the rest of them though. That was 5. 6 is on critical 0. And he's there. So yeah, again, that was the whole point in bringing that down to try and help him. And then 7 and 8 aren't. They already landed. they landed disastrously, didn't they? And then that's when I realised, let's move these task forces up a bit, Grant. Let's help these guys out, because we just look at all the planes that we lost. So that is a big part to things, is starting to, there's not been a great threat. And I think Stuart pointed that out to me and says, look, maybe just split your task force up into two and spread it out a bit, because you're not really getting any, great threats coming in, which is fair enough. It's a fair point, isn't it? So we do have this. So can I deal with this then? Do I know what I'm doing? Butai 1. Right, well, air attack segment, that's on 5 something, and it's quite good in the rulebook, this bit. I like this bit in the rulebook. Because it's just numbered, so we've got to contact first. So let's do that. I'll not move it in just in case. There's more than likely we're going to contact. Well, we've got them spotted to start with, so that's good. That gives us a +1. The range, well, let's get the chart out that works that one out. Yeah, it's here. Well, again, I've had to zoom in there because I've clearly not got that lamp in a good position. So contacting. So we need to do this before we can carry out an attack. Ranging hexes to nearest US task group. Yeah, I figure. Well, you know what? Butai 1, he's going to be 9, isn't he? I'll just check it off camera. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. That's going to be 8. Now, I can only assume that. I bet the US move chat happened after Butai 1 got his activation. The US move chat is in the 4th phase, and Butai 1 activated in its 3rd phase. So that's why he's going to be 1 hex closer to us, because we moved part of a task group forward. So he's actually going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's going to be 8 away from the nearest task group, right? So it's not going to matter. If it was 8 or 9, it's the same column anyway. But I need to remember that, because he'll want to move away next time he activates again. Right, so on that column, and we have the target force spotted, so we're going to get a +1. Oh, wait a minute. No. What are you talking about? Yeah, strike consists of 2 air units or less. No, that's not going to be the case. We've got 3 fighters and 5 attack planes, so we're fine there. So we've got a +1. Got a +1 NAS. We're rolling on that column, so it's really difficult to fail, but I want to say it's maybe just a 1 or a 2 that could be bad. And we would get another shot at it, although it means spending our fuel, which I don't want to do. Right, here we go. Right, 5 +1 is 6. So it's down there at the sea, actually looking around there, because, well, there's no other forces in the hex, but the W2 result would have resulted in something else. There is a force 2 hexes away. However, we got a 6, which is C, contact, right? So the first thing we would do if it wasn't is mark it spotted, but it's already spotted. Is it level 4? Right, well, actually, what is this? Level, it's Butai 1. He's got a nice, he's got a lovely selection of stuff. Yeah, we must have got full, maybe. Right, I'm actually going to have to go, but I'll go and pause here for a bit. So yeah, we've got 4 juicy targets, haven't we? 2 CVs and 2 CVLs. Did they not? Have you missed that, Grant? Surely they should have something else with them. Yeah, they should have some destroyers and battleships maybe with them, shouldn't they? I've missed that, haven't I? Well, fortunately we've not attacked him yet. So yeah, I must have forgot about the screen. Okay, let's stop there a minute then. Let's mark that. with a green cube, but I'm going to have to look back in the footage. I think that must have been quite recently, possibly even in the search segment that we've just carried out. Yeah, it could well have been. Because I don't think this, I think it was a level 3 before, and we've now, I think we got a die roll maybe +1 to increase it to level 4, and then we've found out all that. Because I think, did I not say that? I was just going to contact it anyway, and it was a bit of a waste of time. But I think I've cut that short and forgot about the... Anyway, we got a contact result, so hopefully I can remember that. I'm going to go and pause for a little bit though, and I'll check back on that and find out what screen that should have with it, because I'm pretty sure... I must have forgot it, because they don't just come like that, do they? You must have some supporting ships with them, eh? Okay, I'll be back in a wee bit to sort that out. Okay, cheers. Hi all, right, back to finish, continue this part 37 it is. I've been away for a wee while on pause, but I thought we need to have a look at the previous part. Was hoping it was just the previous part, and it was indeed. We completely forgot to set up the screen for these. It was in the previous part, must have been when we'd done the search, could only have been that. I haven't watched the whole part back yet, because I'm not quite up to date with things. I think I'm only on part 32 or something like that. I do like to watch them back before I release them, so to find things like this and try and point them out. We didn't set this up, and I must have got sidetracked away. We done the carrier forces, and we also adjusted the commitment, and then however we did not do 7.44 down the bottom there, isn't it? So in addition, right, hang on, does it tell us? Yeah, we've done the level 3 to level 4, but I just wonder if it talks about commitment in here. Don't think it does it? But I think I'm at the right bit. We would have done it on a chart. Level 3 to level 4. Yeah, it's one of the... Yeah, it's that one down the bottom. I seem to be switched on to adjust my commitment level, but what that then done was I just kind of done that and then forgot about this. But it definitely should have some other ships with it, for sure. And when I think about that, it does mean that the anti-aircraft's going to be a bit tougher going. So let's just wind back to that. So in addition to determine the carriers, which we've done, we've got 2 CVs and 2 CVLs. You also determine the surface forces in the screen as follows. Determine the number of carriers first. Locate the corresponding row in the screen generation chart. Card 3 front. Okay. Let me just look at that before. Well, that's actual one that would have been the same chart we were looking at. Okay. Determining the number of carriers first. Well, we've got 2 CVs and 2 CVLs, so, well, they are all carriers, guys, so I think that's 4. So we'll locate the corresponding row in the screen generation chart, card 3 front. This row specifies a type of level 2 surface force, small, medium or large, and a die roll modifier. Well, I'm just going to shimmy along, that's it right there, just here, sorry. And this was the chart we would have looked at to set up the 3 to 4. And we must have got a big result there. And with it being 4 carriers, you can see that we're going to have large... So this is a column and DRN to generate the screen. So we're going to have large surface. So that's what we're going to be looking at to generate the screen. Modifiers. Okay. So you would have got... Yeah, there's no modifier to large surface. You would have got +1 to that one and a -2 to that one. Right, okay. Sorry, I know we've got that glary bit there. Let's go back. So we're looking on the 4+ column there. And then use the level 2 to level 3 surface forces table, card 3 front, which is the same one. Right, it's just above where we're looking. To generate the screen, use the column corresponding to the type of level 2 force listed in step 2. Yeah, okay, so we got large surface, right? Okay, it's using a chart that, yeah, but this is how you decide the screen. Are we definitely on the right bit? Yeah, I think so. Apply a dice roll modifier. Oh yeah, there could be modifiers to this. No. And apply the die roll modifier. Yeah, if we had that medium surface one with the +2 and the -2. Right. We've not got any die roll modifiers. The result will be either a cruiser or destroyer force and possibly some battleships. Place these ships together with the carriers on the Butai display. Finishes up there with, if there are not enough ships of one type available, you may substitute with other CVL for CV and vice versa. Well, we're fine there. The force had suffered hits. Right, none of that. Okay, so yeah, so originally we were there. We should have sorted our commitment, fair enough. Then we should have went here. We're going to get 4+ large surface. Then we're looking here. And we're looking on the large surface column. We're going to roll a dice. And we've got no modifiers. But it'll depend on what we roll here as to what we get. So let's do that. Zoom that out a little bit. Right, here we go. Oh, jings. Right, a 9. Right, this could be quite a force. We might have some anti-aircraft here. So large surface on a 9. So 3 battleships plus CA. So yeah, so there's no. Yeah, there's no pick. Use greater or lesser there, is there? Yeah, no, these are only if they've got the plus at the end. That's basically saying 3 battleships and a cruiser, chat. Yeah? Okay, right, so we're going to randomly draw them. 3 battleships and a cruiser. Right, I think the cruisers are up top, right? So I'll randomly select one of them. So we've got to start with. It's the number in the top left that's the anti-aircraft. I think that's the one I'm worried about at the moment. So that's them, no destroyers, but 2 battleships. Is that them? Yeah. Oh no, 3 battleships, wasn't it? 3 battleships. Right, so there's 1. Right, their anti-aircraft fire's not as bad. 2. Yeah, they're 8s. And 1 more. That's another 8. So they're obviously all 8s. So we've got the Nagato, the Congo, and the Haruna battleships. And 1 cruiser force. Right, so that's going to make that force look a bit meatier now. Right, so with the Nagato, let's put them up there. Congo, put the battleships up first. Haruna, and then the cruiser force. Yeah, that's more like it, isn't it? Right, what is that going to be just at a glance? 10, 20, 26, 34, 42, 50, 58, 68, 74. That's a different sort of anti-aircraft we've not had. Well, we're going to see that shortly then. Right, so that should be that fixed. As for, that might mean their cap is coming up as well, isn't it? Cause actually no, it's based on the air value. 10, 20, it's 30, the air value, the carriers, isn't it? That's the number in the yellow circle. So yeah, I think we're going to face some cap as well, even though there is quite a few unavailable units and losses. Right, so just jumping back to where we were, that was just to mark that that's where we were. Now, I know and remember that we did resolve our contact. We had no problem, we spotted him, we got the S result. Sorry, not the S result, we got the C result, contact. He was spotted anyway, but he would be marked spotted if he hadn't been at the time. And then our intelligence level. And I was going to say that none of the battleships or cruiser force affect the what do you call it? Commitment index. It's just the carriers. Starting to get used to a lot of that stuff now. We then move into intelligence level. We're up to level 4, so we can skip by that. Commitment, we can skip by that because we're not adjusted anything. Surprise. Ooh, that would be good. Let's roll a 10 again. Come on. I don't know if you'd believe me if I rolled a 10 again. I think you'd start having doubts about me. Yeah, I'm trying to get away from that glare. Wait. I'm going to push it back a little bit. Like I say, I've been moving it between tables now because I'll do. Right, so surprise table, where's that? There it is. So it's only a 9 or a 10 that can do anything here, anything less. There's no modifiers. Yeah, I see what I'm meaning about that advantage marker. I mean, having any modifiers on this would be pretty good, wouldn't it? The Force has launched a raid. You're unlikely to be getting that, I don't think. I'm not quite sure how you're going to get that, but, well. Anyway, so no modifiers. And we need a 9 or a 10. Okay? Here we go. Right, okay. That'll be that then. Right, no surprise. Right, area combat. Determine the strength of the Japanese cap and resolve area combat. Right, well, we're right at the page for that. We probably just need a chart. I want to say there's a chart that says Japanese cap strength table. Right, but let's work this one out. So determine the target force's net air value. This is a printed air value minus the number of points currently unavailable. Right, so it's pretty straightforward. So, oops, sorry, I didn't tighten that up enough. So what did I say? It was 30, wasn't it? I'm having to stand up and stretch over here. 10, 20, 30, right? What have we got here? 2, 3, 4, and then 2, 4, 6, 7. 4 and 7's 11, so 21. So in actual fact, it's only 9, isn't it? It's 30 minus 21. Target force's net air value. This is the printed air value minus the number of points currently unavailable. So that's a 9 we've got. So I think that's the number we're actually looking for in this chart. And then we're going to roll on it. So it is just this one. It's not as bad. Remember that last one we had the 16. You can see it's all about these losses and unavailable points there. I was just got another comment from, sorry, I don't know your name, it's just, he's commented quite a few times. He started the game up not long after I'd started that. He's been enjoying the playthrough, he's made a few comments. And he was saying that his start of the mission didn't go so well, which makes me, accept the fact that I've been really lucky. He lost the Wasp early on, which is that a CVL? No, it's a CV actually. So he lost the Wasp early on. Guam raid caught him out. He couldn't take it out, and it done the damage and took out his carrier. And he's been struggling ever since. So it does just show you I have got my luck for sure. However, I did reply to him that I have realised that this game, it does take a turn in the game. You know, you clearly want to fend off that initial attack and then do your stuff. You know, I'm seeing that now, and I might have criticised the game, and I shouldn't have done really, because that's, I think, how it's meant to happen. And also the fact it's been proven to me, it's been said by somebody else that, without him saying it, it looks like I've got really lucky, or he's had not the luck that I've had. So whether you want to, whatever you want to take out of that, but yeah, I mean, surprise results. You shouldn't be getting them really. The one that led up to the surprise result, actually getting the shift on the target, was pretty amazing. And yeah, maybe some of the die rolls in between in the combats have went my way as well. So, but I do accept the fact that the game does change. Yeah, so we were looking on the 16 one that last time, weren't we? So no, we said it was 7. No, I said it was 9. It's 9. So it's on this. Yeah, and again, this came in at some point as well. When we had that surprise, that was a -3 we had to this die roll, which is kind of huge as well if you look at it. Right, so we're rolling on that 7 to 10 column with no modifiers to see what their cap strength is going to be. It's a 5 in between, could be a 2, I think, maybe. Yeah, a 2. Yeah, because it's not quite enough, but I mean, you can see if they go up a bit. So he's got 2 cap strength. So roll the die, apply the modifier for surprise. Yeah, note that cap can appear even if the net error value is 0. Yeah, we worked that one out eventually. And it immediately attacks a strike using the air combat procedure. Yeah, and of course they're going to have 2. They're going to have 2 points, and this just comes from. I'm saying this comes from unavailable. If they had available points, would they use them? You would think so, wouldn't they? I mean, I've always brought them from outside because I've never had any available points, but you know, it does say here, and I was a wee bit that's when I got kind of confused a little when it said alright, going down a bit here. Return any surviving cap to the pile of unused counters. They count neither as lost nor as unavailable. Seems to suggest that the cap actually come from the unused counters then as well. No? It's not really making it clear there, is it? I get the feeling it does make it clear somewhere, Grant, and you're just not grasping that one. However, I'm fortunate enough to not have anything available. Tell you what, did we? I think we took note of this at the time, didn't we? Look, he's got 4 naval air points in the servicing. That's a +4 to our die rolls. Die rolls. We get a +4 for each die roll because of that. Okay, but there's a bit of anti-aircraft fire there as well, and then we've also got this cap to deal with. So it's 2 cap air points. So I'm just going to bring them from the unused counters, which is how I have to do it because I've not got any available anyway. So right, and then let's get our strike force down, and let's get the butai marker down as well, make it look good. Although we're going to get the ships out shortly as well, so no, like that, Grant. And then our force is airstrike 5. 4, 5. So we have, and this is what I think is probably the right number to think about. When I was thinking about it earlier there, I think I mentioned 3 F6S for sure, because it forces them to have to use 2. Which is what's going to happen here, actually, isn't it? But that last airstrike we had, they had 4, and we only had 2. So they only had to assign 1 to these 2, and the other 3 were able to go for our attack planes. I mean, fortunately, I think I got an okay result out of that. But anyway, so these are both. This is going to have to go for 2 of these. However, there's 1 left over, so it means that both of them have got to go after our fighters. Now, if they get an aborted result, fair enough, they could come along here and mess about there, but, well, we shall see. And the combat tables. Right, give me a sec. Right, so he's going to, well, I'll say they should attack first in this case. So they're on the 2 column. We get to fight back, remember, with -1. Yeah, I thought it was something on my mind there, but no. So we're firing on the 2 column. With no modifiers for them. Yeah, we're not in fuel critical. We're at air mission 5. We've got 5 fuel, so yeah, let's talk about fuel, Grant. Well, you know what, I'll leave it. I think it's the best place to leave that to is when you're going into the actual attacking the ships. Although I suppose there's potential when... I suppose it's possible you could have no ships left, no planes left going into that phase, and I think I should be spending this fuel point now to attack. But if I leave it to go in there, and then we've got the shift the column bit. So I'll keep it in mind. Right, so no modifiers on the 2 column. That should be good enough. I don't think that's getting us. 4 on the 2 column is a whole lot of nothing. Right, we're going to get the fire back with a -1 on the 3 column. -1 on the 3 column. Might get a 1. So that's a 4 result on the 3 column. That is indeed. 4 result on the 3 column. Is a 1. Yeah, I took the -1 off. Yeah, so we do hit 1. Now, that is going to go to the Butai 1's lost air point, so that's now another point, so that will reduce things for him next time. This other point is just going to go away. It survived, so it goes to the pile of unused counters. Yeah, and it wasn't able to come across here and do anything. We can put our fighters... hold on. Yeah, John Brown made some comments again about this part. Not this part. No, it was the divert situation. No, we can put our fighters back, because it definitely says... But I think John was in agreement that some of the wording here was... not the best. I'm just jumping down there to find what it says. Note that AA fire affects only attack planes, not escorting fighters. So these guys are going away because we're about to go into anti-aircraft fire and they're not involved. So I think the only bit that can affect is when you're overflying the battle line. So it doesn't really affect us. I think none of our fighters are going to be affected by what is it? Anti-aircraft fire, I don't think. The way I seem to be reading that. Right, so we need... That's the next step, isn't it? Yeah, we've got Japanese anti-aircraft fire. And it would be skipped if depending on surprise. We didn't get surprise. And then we'll move on to the airship combat. And I haven't spent my fuel yet, and I should have done. But so maybe I shouldn't really get in the habit of leaving it till now. But it's on my mind, so hopefully it'll stay there. Right. Now what did I say they were? 10, 20, 26, 34, 42, 50, 58, 68, 74. That's their anti-aircraft. 74. That's pretty nasty. Right, I don't think this has modifiers, does it? No. 74. Ooh, look at this. Right, so we've only got 5 aircraft, so I mean, if he gets a good result, a 9 or 10, 4 of them are gone. You know, so right, here we go. So on the 70 column, Keep it low. Oh, and my luck continues, clearly. Sorry, I don't know your name. You're shaking your head right now, aren't you? The guy that lost the wasp. So on the 70 column, I still a 1 abort. So yeah. Right, we have to randomise between there's 5 of them. So I'm just going to roll off camera, and I've got 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this guy's a bot, and it didn't matter. They're all 5s, aren't they? And it's not that it's been eliminated. It's just a bot, right? So he's back in the mission track thing. Okay, now we get to hit some ships. That's obviously no, it's the same chart, Grant. Yeah. I thought that, but okay, so moving down here. Right, let's get this fuel sorted. So, well, hang on. Our strength is 20. We've got 4 with 5 strength, 20. One of them got aborted. So we are on the 18 column. So now we need to decide: do we want to spend the fuel? I don't want it with this guy. Where is he? Butai 1, yeah. Yeah, we don't want it, really. So, well, if we did... sorry, he's looking in there. Yeah, look at it. It's the 3 dice you want, isn't it? You're only getting 2 dice there. 2 dice with a +1 for both of them. Remember. Where is it? Where does it tell us? No, it's the actual attack damage table. This is the die roll that we get +1 per air point in servicing box of turnaround track for this force. And that was... Yeah, I mean, it's for each die roll. In fact, I'm not even going to... I don't think I did have that confirmed, but it is. It must be. It can't just be for like 1 of your die rolls and then not the other one. Yeah. So we're going to get a +4 because he's got 4 points in the servicing. So remember that. Yeah, we're going to take on we're not going to spend the fuel. So we're on that column. We're going to drop to that column, and we're just going to spend the 1 fuel. So I'm going to do that now. Sorry, that was pretty hashy. Mission 5. I'm going to spend the 1 fuel for our attack. I'm not going to spend the extra fuel. Yeah, because I know we've moved the task group up a bit, but he's still got to go. Where is he? He's on 4 fuel, so 3, 2, 1, critical 0, critical 1, critical 2, critical 3. I'm hoping that we would have moved that into there, so he'll be at critical 3. Yeah, there's a big difference between 3 and 4 there, so let's just, yeah. And I'm still getting the same amount of die to roll, but obviously one's... Sorry about that glare, it's painful, I know. Yeah, I mean, we're getting... One die's got the +1, and one die's not. Whereas, yeah, we're getting 2 dies with a +1. So I'm only losing a +1 on the die roll. Okay, so we've got 2 dice. Yeah, I was starting to think there, we've done the anti-aircraft. Right, I don't want to bring all these ships down, because that's just like an awful lot of work. So I've got 2 dice, one with a +1, and one with a +0. Now, like I've already said, we have 4 naval air points in here. So that is going to modify this each die roll by +4. Yeah, I can't see how you could differentiate between, just giving it to one die roll. And when you get the surprise, you get +5 to every die roll. That was definitely confirmed. So, this is definitely a +4. So, we're going to get +5 to one die roll and +4 to another. And what have they got? We've got only 2 die rolls. I mean, why don't we just go for... I might try and take... That's a bit silly though. We should have chucked both of them at one of the CVs maybe. Maybe try and take the Shikaku out. It's got 8 hit points, which would require a die roll of 8 and then a die roll of 8. But remember, we're getting +5 and then +4. So you could maybe try for something higher than that. Try for the Tahoe. Or I suppose I could try and go for the 2 CVLs and you might get extra lucky there. I need a 12 result for 6 hits on the high 12 results. So if we use the +5, we'd only need a 7 to take that out. Why don't we do that? Let's do that. Right, so I'm going to... Well, actually, I'll bring them out. And then we can show the die rolls down here. Right, so I'm going to do the die roll with the +1. And remember, it's not just a +1, I'm getting the +4 as well. So die roll with a +5 on that guy, and the die roll with a +4 on that guy. So, and he's got 6 hits, so I would need a result of 12 to take him out. But with a +5, I would need just a 7. Okay, that's still quite a high roll, but yeah, you think, Grant? Yeah, let's go for that. Let's try that. It's a good place to send an strike mission actually, because there's still the 2 CVs and whatever. Okay, so with a so 2 die, yeah, with a +1, but the +4 as well. So with a +5 on the high-yo, with a +5, well, I've worked out I need a 7 to take him right out. Woo! Grant's luck continues. So 10 +5 is 15. So he's actually got 7 hits, and he was on 6. So that's current hits, remember. So he's going to have 7 hits. And then this one was getting a +4 to the die roll. I'm just going to roll. I'm not sure what I need here. With a +4. It was a bit of a thumper, but 8. That's got a chance. No, maybe not. Oh, it has, look. 4. So 7 hits and 4 hits. Yeah, I'm sure I'm getting pretty lucky in this game, aren't I? Yeah, that guy's shaking his head again. Saying, no, that didn't happen for me. So current hits. So I think we're running out of these a bit. Although they're going to change shortly, aren't they? Yeah, we're just coming to the end of the turn actually. I think that's all I've got. So what did I say? 7. Not that we need. So 7 on that guy, and then 4. Well, I do have just 4 1s, and then 4 on that guy. So that is going to take them both out. And again, these both are crippled, but I don't know. I didn't get the chance. Well, I didn't go and look at that in any more detail about crippled Japanese ships to see maybe what might happen. Right, you know what? I've done this before and I'm putting these critical... we're just coming to the end of the turn. Yeah, let's not do that. So I'm going to change these up into... what is it? The next type of hits. You know what? No, hold on. Because I'm going to run out of markers, I think. Let's just... Yeah, well, I have run out. I've not got previous turn hits left. So some of them are going to come off. So let's just leave that at that. What we're up to now. Can I finish this? Maybe. Well, let's quickly look. I might leave this to finish. Give me a second. Right, so that was the combat. These can go back. Airstrike 5's going to head back. It was on Butai 1, which is still there, spotted. Airstrike 5 is there. He's going to head home now. Done his thing, done a good job. That was the only air attack segment. So let's just see increase intel level. We went through all that. Airship combat, queer and operative decks, code deck crashes, advanced phase marker. Yeah, I can finish the turn. So we're back to turn, actually phase 1. However, we've got to update hit marker. So previous to permanent. So that's six previous in that hex there, and that. Yeah, in fact, no, he's going away. He's going away. That 6 is turning into permanent, and he's got 6. Sorry, where's the camera? Oh, he's got 6 hit points. So the Junior's gone. He's away as well. So that's 2 CVLs we've got and a cruiser force. I think, no, these aren't going, are they? I think I worked it out. Right, let's see. Can you see that? Right, so these 3 previous are going to add on to that 4 to become 7. So 7 permanent. But you can see he's got 8 hits. 8 hit capacity there. So, and just while I'm on him, I know I'm meant to do it, but let's just upgrade these. These are going to upgrade from for current into for previous. And I know I'm jumping out of sequence there a little bit, but it just makes it easier for me. And that's that one. And then this guy has got 7. So this one previous is going to add on to that 3 and become a 4. There's a 4 there, that's good. And then again, just jumping ahead, what has it got? 4. 2, 3, 4. We'll change the current hits into previous hits. Okay, so that's that one, and then you can see he's only got 4 hits. There's another 4 to come that is going to destroy that guy, but again, we need to wait till the next turn. And then finally, the oh dear, catastrophe. I'm not sure. Were they in that same box, or some of them in the service on? Right, I'll have a quick look. Let's just fix these while we're here. So what is that? That was 7 current hits. So that's to turn into a 7 previous turn. And then this one's got 4, isn't it? There's 4 singles. So 4 of them. Is there anything left? They're all 1s as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so 4 of them on the, on that guy. I mean, we know again, both of these are going down as well. Right, well, let me have a quick look at that before I finish. Yeah, I thought there was something wrong with that. These are all in this servicing box, it seems. Just looking at the... Yeah, they're all in that servicing box. It must have just been when I moved the rule book. So I did think they would have got further down, to be honest. So that's quite dangerous for them as well. I would attack them. Okay, let's get this wrapped up. So we did kind of jump a bit there a little. We did do previous to permanent, current to previous. There's no fire, no submarine attack, advanced game turn marker. We're on to the 1450 turn of the day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, turn 8. And then only 1, 2, 3 turns to go after. Well, this one as well. So 4 turns to go. And then this goes back up to place new Japanese forces. And yeah, there we are. We'll come back, sort the chits out. Should be able to get a bit of that done tomorrow. Because I still enjoy this. I know I was grumping a little bit and saying this, that, and the next thing. But, I have realised that the game has to, it changes. It's meant to be that way. It's definitely meant to be that way, for sure. So I'm good with it, and I want to finish it. And I've got thoughts about playing it again. And I think maybe the fact the one is at scenario 9 where the Japanese hold back a little bit. I think that might be more challenging for me as well, because it'll be a bit more. It won't be a sort of them attack us, we attack them, but it'll be a bit in between, because they'll be holding off a little bit and they'll be coming in. Because as soon as they get the losses and that and the thing, and yeah, it definitely looks like I've been kind of lucky, and my luck's still riding there with some of the diros. Right, I just noticed I'm going to change that red cube for a green one, because we're starting a new turn, so we will be able to carry out another search segment. Okay, I'll get away for now, and I'm sure I'll be back with another part tomorrow sometime. Okay, cheers.